Hi there, this is Krista Moore, and welcome to the Krista Moore Show. And I get to be in this absolutely gorgeous, I don't even know what to explain. It's a farm, but it's like a retreat center, and it's a home, and it's just a beautiful place to have the retreat that I'm having this weekend. And we haven't started the retreat yet. The guests are just arriving, but I wanted to really tell you something special. I'm going to be interviewing two of my best friends. Now, certainly, I know more about them than any of you probably will ever know. However, I'm going to be talking to them about their purpose, their passion, and what they're thinking about in terms of creating that into a business. I think that there's this whole philosophy around a purpose-driven life, and we're always looking for what's our purpose and how can we live more purposefully. Well, I've got a model that's 3 steps, and that's what we're going to walk through during the retreat. And I'm going to introduce you to them, and we're going to share this whole concept and just have a girlfriend talk. Okay, are you ready? So I'd love to introduce to you my girlfriends. So this is Lois and Holly. Say hello.
Hello.
Everybody. And you can see in the background, this is kind of like where we're hanging out today. It's gorgeous weather. So first, I want each of them to kind of introduce themselves, give a little bit of background about who you are, kind of at your core, maybe your previous experience, kind of what brings you here today. So let me go ahead and call on Holly first.
Hello, I'm Krista's longtime friend since college, way back in 1980. So we've been together a long time. I guess I'm a retired school teacher. I just retired after 36 years of teaching learning support students. And I've always been active as far as working out, teaching classes. I guess I started way back in the 80s and 90s, and when we wore
the Jane Fonda
outfits. And then I went to step aerobics, and I did kick took an adventure and got certified to do yoga. So I'm really not sure exactly where this is going to lead me. I know I love working out. I love the outdoors. I love teaching people. So
and I think an important part, and we all know Holly, we call her Holly Hen because she used to bring eggs to college from her chickens. So we also know that there is this deep, heart, loving, wonderful woman in her, and she's also very much a Christian, and she keeps us on the right path as girlfriends. So I think that's a strength of yours as well.
Yeah, I was always Holly Hen. Holly Hen will take care of us.
That's right.
So I was always the one that would take care of everybody. So
actually, it was more like, you have a test tomorrow. Make sure you're home before midnight.
Yes. So I guess that's why, and I'm so there to guide me through this, because I'm not sure where I want to go with this.
Yeah.
And I'm so appreciative of my friend Lois to offer this beautiful farm for us to be here this weekend.
The things about discovering your passion and your purpose and really trying to live that, put that into action. Well, there's 3 steps. So we're talking about step number 1 kind of right now. Holly has started to gain clarity. That's the first step. So it's gaining clarity on who maybe she wants to be, or who she has kind of been put on this earth to be. It's her journey. These are her experiences. And she's going to take those experiences, those God-given talents, and bring them to life and live more purposefully in her new business model. And that's what we're going to be developing through the retreat. But I think you've gotten some pretty good clarity on kind of who you are and maybe what you want to do. And we're going to work more on that this week. And now I'd like, Lois, why don't you give us kind of your background, and that'll give us some insight into your clarity.
So I met these beautiful girls 1981, Daytona Beach, Florida. That was the beginning on a bus trip, actually. And I always thought that they called her Holly Hen because of her nurturing, not about the eggs at college.
You didn't know
so
about
I
the
just
eggs.
learned something new today. I also am retired, a geriatric nurse practitioner. 35 years in nursing. And here we are saying, we're in a different time frame in our life. We're doing what we want to do. I don't want to let go of all the tools that I have working with older people. So I now am going down the road of advocating for patients in this turmoil that we have healthcare system. And it is very exciting. But I will say, this all kind of came to fruition because the three of us, every day, Monday through Friday, do a little workout together at 8 a.m. And it's just like it all started. We were talking about what we really want to do, what makes us. So I'm here and we've got anything better.
One of the things that I noticed too, being out on the farm, is we're kind of jumping in and out of Wi-Fi. So I think our audio might be okay, but sometimes you might not see us. We'll probably do a quick little recording later, just using good Wi-Fi service. Or I wanted to dive into another point, which is really the kind of confidence piece, because I've talked with both of you many times about perhaps your vision for what you see your business to be. And I want to also say that this doesn't mean that we're building like multi-million-dollar businesses. And left for us, what is calling into our hearts to do something and have a greater impact on the world. And we all feel that way, as many of you likely do. So Holly, why don't you share with us what you believe the impact you can have on the world? What are some of the things that you're thinking of doing to have a greater impact?
Well, I just started with a yoga class. I'm doing what's called a soul strength and stretch class at the church, and I just really felt that I needed to incorporate the spiritual aspects of working out, not just the. So I'm just starting that journey, and I would like to go a little bit. I've got a lot of good feedback for the people that come. I build each class around a theme, so I might, do a theme on, the giving, or do a theme on being clean, or doing a theme on forgiveness. And I read scripture and I play this music, so it's a little bit different take of yoga. And eventually, I would like to maybe doing some chair yoga with some of the older population and old hymns, and incorporating that, so they are moving. So even if they're isolated, to do a Zoom so that they could actually be at their homes and be connected and get still that exercise, that physical part, as well as even, looking at other people and, not feeling so isolated and alone. So that's kind of where
I think you've got it down. I think you've got a pretty
Yes.
good vision there, Holly. And I think one of the things that we'll be able to do as girlfriends this weekend is to help you really get the confidence to move forward in an aspect that you might not be familiar with, such as, well, now I've got to have a website, and now I really, how do I do this, and who's my audience, and like who cares about what it is that I have. And one of the things that I've noticed since you've been doing these faith-based yoga, we call them Christian yoga, and actually the company name you're thinking of is Active Trinity, which brings in the whole Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and it's movement, it's active. And we've been taking them every Thursday morning, and they're fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So I'm excited for you.
And the confidence thing is like just watching Krista set up all this technology. That scares me. That's the confidence.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. So I guess that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn from her and to get confidence in myself. And a lot of times I just think, oh, is this really who I am? Is this what I need to be doing? Like this, like little in my mind. Do I know enough biblically biblically and that I'm learning. It just makes me dive in and read more of the scripture and pull it all together. And what does it mean to me? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
That's great, Holly. Thank you for sharing all that. So Lois, tell us a little bit more about your vision for your business and like kind of where you are now and taking that forward. I know you're going back for more classes and coursework. You're getting certified in different areas. So tell us about that.
So yeah, the test is going to be this Monday. The first nurse practitioner that I hired actually is going to go into this with me, and the name of the business will be Heart and Soul for Seniors. And it's not, as Krista said earlier, not about making money. It's about giving to others. And all three of us, at least 35 years of what we specialized in. It's like we don't want to not share that. And I do want to go back to Holly with her doing the chair yoga. She's actually going to have the first Zoom on Thursday, so we get to watch it. It's going to be with my mother and my aunt. So
it's going to be great.
It's going to be fun. But where I am, I'll say 2 months ago, I kind of felt like I was all over the place. I had a lot of ideas. I talked with a lady that was going to help marketing, and she's like, you just need to get one idea and pull it together. And it wasn't even 10 minutes after the phone call. It was like, oh my gosh, all of this is being a patient advocate. So moving forward, I'm looking forward to having my daughter-in-law by my side as we journey through this, because we were amazing, in a private practice together.
Yeah, I mean, you had your practice for almost 18 years, right?
Well, the nurse practitioner, 10 years.
10 years.
Yes.
And the two of you kind of were the startup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was very successful. You have a lot of people in the area that know you. You have a great reputation. And the patient advocacy piece is so needed for end of life and families. What exactly is patient advocacy?
Just as you were saying, you are taking the healthcare, and many people, patients, don't even know how to access, through Medicare, Medicaid, different insurances. There's a lot that is available for people that they're not aware of. And once again, I was primarily doing visits in patients' homes, so you got to see how they lived. And there's just so many, just access to so many different areas, venues of care that they're not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And we just, want to be there.
Yeah. And a lot of it is education for the family too.
Definitely
and being
education.
A support mechanism.
Or having a daughter living in California, her mother is in assisted living in our area, and who does she really communicate to?
Yeah.
Or a patient has 5 different physicians they go to, cardiologist, endocrinologist, and nobody is communicating together. So that piece, and when I talk about it, I
You
get
light
excited.
Can
Yeah,
you all see both of them?
I just love it.
Absolutely light up. Now, what that tells me is you're getting that clarity, right? We're going to be gaining confidence over the next day or so on, we can do this. This is where we're going to shine, and this is what we were born to do. It's interesting. I hadn't put the 2 and 2 together, but tomorrow we're doing a chair Zoom, as Lois had mentioned, and that's going to build Holly's confidence because we're going to do it together as a group.
She's going to help me with the technology.
The whole idea of first senior, you two should be working together.
And what we're doing, it just comes
Like, senior, you two could be.
and it was natural to a 9-year-old. It's just like I get into it. I want to know. I want to be there. I want to help.
And I personally witnessed to this when Lois helped me, and when my mother was in her final days. So you got healing hands.
You make me tear up.
I didn't think I was going to cry. Anyhow, so we have a lot.
Now the last kind of area of my model.
Now the last kind of model. Well, first is clarity, confidence, and commitment. And that commitment piece is really the hardest. It's like, okay, just like you said, Holly. And you have to have the confidence to have the commitment. When I describe commitment, I'm referring to the commitment to, okay, I got this. And you actually put a strategy, and a lot of people go, oh, strategy, like that's too business. That's not what I mean. You have to put a strategy around your passion and your purpose in order for it to take action, in order for something to happen, or it's just, passion. But strategy with passion is amazing. And I think that's what's going to be a big takeaway for both of you during this weekend, because we are going to talk about, well, who's the customer and what do they need and how do I go to market and how do I, do this and still love what I'm doing and not make it so business. And I think that we'll have a lot to accomplish over the next couple of days. So when I say all of that, what holds you back, Holly? What scares you about just that commitment part?
I think the technology, and I guess I'm very, I don't know how to market myself. I mean, I just want to go out there and just do it for people. And I guess I don't want to get stressed out about it. I don't want stress.
Yeah.
I have 36 years of stress. And I don't want to be tied to something. So I guess,
but you know what? I love what you're saying. You're clear on what you want and what you don't want. So you built the business around the way you want it. If you want to do and use Zoom to do your teacher yoga, then you do. If you want to market to churches and do it in person, or like you're doing it with do it at Avalon. You did what is the support for it with Al-Anon? Sorry. So there's a variety of there's a variety of potential markets to do it, and you can do it in person and not having to deal with the technology. So we want to build it around what you're comfortable with. There's no stress here. We don't want stress. We've all had that. Okay. All right. Okay,
she's going to keep me on the commitment. She'll keep asking us, I'm sure.
How about you, Mo?
I think just getting it together, organized, like once again, I don't know, the different ideas, but a great potential to have a partner and to see her flourish, because the tools we have, the website part probably is going to be a little tricky. So it'll come together. And I'm really looking forward to you helping and assisting, Chris, because
That's great.
Have always.
That's what I do.
Yes. And I'm like Holly, I definitely don't want to be stressed. No stress.
And time.
Well, and I think what's really cool about the whole subject in general is let me take off this banner. I'm not sure how to do it. Hide. Okay. One of the things that is really cool about a retreat setting for helping work through this is we do have to go deep. It's kind of like we really want to spend the time that we know we need to spend on this to be more certain of what it is that we want to develop. So tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to in a retreat setting.
Oh, I don't want it to be all work, Krista.
That's right. Oh, believe me, one of the 59ers is not coming because she doesn't want to do the work. She'll be here on Friday.
Okay.
So it won't be all work.
Okay. What was the question again?
What are you looking forward to for the retreat format?
Krista's so good about asking the right questions to clarify. I'm all over the place, and I think she can really help me clarify what I want. And she asks the right questions and to gear me down. This is what I'm looking at, and what are my next steps? Okay, because I have ideas, and I think I just need how to bring them all together of exactly what I want, and then where do I go from there, and how do I build it?
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to her expertise in
Thank
doing
you.
that.
Yeah, and
We'll get there.
with our retreat, so to say, with us being together and doing this, I mean, I see Krista putting the workshop piece together for us. Holly doing our yoga set. Well, I don't want to say yoga. I like the Christian based
our exercise. Yeah.
And then
we're going to walk and we're going to do yoga and we're going to do weights. And
then
she's that component, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. I was about to say, after this, we got to walk.
I know.
Girls got to get our walk in as soon as this is over.
And then Lois,
well, then the medical side, a lot of people are on, and obviously the three of us are pretty healthy. in our same age group, there are a lot of people that numerous medications, or just teaching them holistic care.
And we're going to be doing
Um,
some of that.
And we're going to be doing some of that.
Yeah, and
And
that's why I
Lois
think
is-
the three.
Yeah,
And Lois
it's
is-
cool.
Yeah.
And Lois is a fabulous chef, cook. So she has already prepared some of the healthiest meals, and that's where you're bringing your
Yes.
care into this retreat. So we're all contributing. This isn't Krista's retreat, it's ours. And something that's important to note is, as girlfriends, we get together pretty often,
Mhm.
and we try and do something once or twice a year, 3 times a year. There's 4 of us. The other one will be here Friday, hopefully.
And she's
Okay.
hopefully retiring
And
this
she-
coming
yeah.
year too.
That's
Then
right.
she can de-stress.
That's right.
Yes.
So
And we do have Lois's granddaughter that's with us this weekend.
Charlie,
she
she's
was an
taking a nap.
unexpected
Yes.
participant. But
well,
she's beautiful already, and she's just so happy to be
so
here
cool.
too.
Yeah, it's so cool to
Yes.
have her here. It's like adds a whole other dimension because we're grandparents now.
Yes.
And you know what? If we got to take care of the little grandbaby, she's going to be so spoiled over the next couple of days that, and all the future grandchildren will be so jealous that Charlie was the first to spend a retreat with the girls.
Yes.
And Krista, you're such a magnet for people. And Charlie just like, Kika. And she's running to her. Like,
She
what?
didn't want to go with Lois.
Yeah, it's been fun so far, and we haven't even started, right? We just got here
Yeah.
today. So there's a few things that I want to just kind of rephrase, and something I'm not sure. Lois, you shared when I asked the question about commitment, was there something that held you back? Was there something holding you back from just doing it?
Well, I think I don't want it to be a full time, and I want to be enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I have this idea, I have the clarity piece, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The committing is more, let me pass the certification on Monday, and then it's like, okay, check, next thing.
Well, and with your daughter-in-law being a part of it, I think that helped you kind of go over to another level of commitment because
And
you don't have to do it alone.
right, and with her saying she's doing it, and she's actually due in 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
I'm like really pushing her to get it done. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
jot ideas down.
Well, what I'm hoping that our audience heard today is how we all have God-given talents
Yes.
and strengths. And there is a time to take a retreat, just kind of chill out and figure out, my gosh, like, what are my strengths? What am I here on this earth for? And how can I bundle all of my experiences and all of my talents to rediscover who I'm meant to be? And one way to do that is really kind of going through a program to ask yourselves those hard questions and then come to life and be able to live with more purpose and passion and have greater impact. And I mean, if everybody could have smiles on like you two have on when you talk about what you want to do,
Yes.
it's wonderful. And it doesn't matter the age, it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what your background is. We all have it. It's a matter of rediscovering it and making it come to life. So that's all I have to say. Anything else you want to add?
Well, if there are any of our high school girlfriends
Yeah.
watching, we would love to do a retreat here. We just have
Yay.
to, figure out when.
Oh my gosh,
put it
you
together,
announced
and
that.
by that time, we will already have developed our plans.
Yeah,
We'll be the experts.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Krista.
that's right. No, that's great. I like that you extended that invitation.
Absolutely.
Anything you want to say, Hall?
Nope. I just want to thank Krista again for all her expertise, and Lois for this beautiful place that she's sharing with us this weekend. And I'm just happy
We're
to be
blessed.
here. We are so
We are.
blessed.
We're
to
so
be here
blessed
and
and
to
so
have each
grateful.
other. Ever this COVID, we've become extremely closer because every morning we get up and we'll text, are we going to work out? And we just go on FaceTime, and whoever makes it can make it. And we just reconnect. And
You know, I
talk.
almost feel like we've been living for this moment. I know that's deep, but it feels like it. It really does as I just look up. Okay, adios to my audience, and thank you so much for joining us. And I hope that you heard some messages today that can inspire you to live your best self and rediscover who you're meant to be. Talk with you soon.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Mwah.